Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your tarot card reading for May 2024. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and in these readings we really go through a tarot card prediction and astrology prediction. I really try my hardest to link these two together to give you the most accurate predictions that you can possibly get here on YouTube. So we are going to go ahead and get right into this. If you are interested in a private reading, I've made some changes to my offering, and as of May 1st, those will be made available on my website for booking. So if you're interested, the links can be found in the description box and the pinned comment down below. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. I'm very excited to be connecting with all of your energy this month. It's a very exciting month as we have Jupiter coming into Gemini at the end of May. We have Taurus season. We have Venus and Mars in rulership. We have really wonderful things happening in the sky that are going to help push us forward. So with that being said, you're welcome to check out your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're brand spanking new and you have no idea, just check out your sun sign. That's fine. And if you're kind of exploring, please check out all three of those signs to see which one resonates with you the most. Some readers will resonate with different placements. So if you resonate more with your sun or rising with me, then that would be who you would watch with me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Thank you all again. You guys know I love and appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your May 2024 tarot card reading. We're going to start off with an oracle card. I feel like that one wants to come out. Beautiful. It says, claim your energy. So this has a lot to do with bringing everything back to yourself, right? And not in a selfish way, not in an arrogant way, but just because it's really important for you to dedicate your energy toward your own personal endeavors right now. Okay, we've got Mars in rulership in Aries. We have Venus in rulership in Taurus. Both of these zodiac signs are so intrinsically linked with our own individual self, our self-reliance, our autonomy, our independence. Plus, we also still have that North Node in Aries. And it's just really important for us to bring it back to us right now, because when we help ourselves, so many other people get helped, right? Our children are better off, our spouses are better off, our communities are better off when we are, succeeding and becoming more abundant and receiving more, because the more we receive, we can give more, So it's like this beautiful cycle of everything. So reclaiming this energy and dedicating it toward your own personal endeavors is going to be a really good strategy for you right now. You probably are thinking about second house and third house types of things. So money is a big part of that, your own self-worth, what you deserve, your possessions, what it is you want to have, your place in the community, your collaborations, the people that you work with, right? All this kind of stuff is at play for you right now. And the more and more improvements you can make in any of those areas, the more stability you'll have in your life. The more stability you have in your life, the more you're able to create. So it's just like this really beautiful cycle, as long as you really tap into it and you don't let anything steal or leak your energy. And I know that Pisces has that tendency to be very merciful and compassionate and forgiving, and sometimes that's needed and essential, and it's a really important part of life, but sometimes there does need to be a boundary there. So it says, what am I grateful for right now? I'm just going to read the back of this card as just sort of a little something for you to think about, contemplate. It says, adopt an abundance mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all our problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. Beautiful. And I don't know that you're necessarily in a state of ingratitude. Like I think you probably feel gratitude a lot, but also sometimes it's important to emphasize the gratitude that we feel and to emphasize and accentuate the things that we are already abundant in, right? Are we abundant in love through family? Are we abundant in love through money? Are we abundant financially? If I could talk for some reason, my tongue's getting all twisted. Are we abundant in, blessings from our work and all of this, so really tapping into that more positive what I do have, what I am gaining, what is working, what is feeling good, really tapping into that stuff can be so beneficial. And it's not to deny the things that need attention. We're not trying to run away or hide our head in the sand. We're not trying to do anything like that, but we're just trying to open ourselves up in a more positive way, because I think when we do that, we'll have more opportunities come to us. And when we have more opportunities come to us, then we tend to feel a little bit more like it's possible, like we can do it, like there are options for us. And we feel a little bit more free. We feel a little bit more of a sense of relief. And when we're in a more relieved, free place, we can receive even that much more. Okay? So this is really about, it seems like, adjusting your frequency a little bit. I know that Aries season was really tough. We had so much compression going on. We had Jupiter, Uranus. We had the eclipse conjunct Chiron. We had Mars, Saturn conjunction. There was just a lot happening. And this month, it feels like we're kind of in the aftermath of that. And now we have to start making real choices, and we have to start making real decisions and start taking real life action with things. So I love the 9 of Cups in the middle. I don't mind the reversals on these. It's really about wishes coming true. This is a card of our wishes coming true. Now, there's an element of humility here when it is reversed, which I like, because that goes very well with the gratitude, with the gratefulness. And the humility, it's not like, oh, I deserve it, give it to me. It's not an entitlement, right? I don't think Pisces is in a place of entitlement. I think you're at a place where you say, I am willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to work. I'm willing to put myself out there and provide value into the world. And maybe that's a really big part of claiming your energy, is just accepting that you are a valuable person, that your talents and your skills are needed in the world, even if the skills are like basic types of things, whether it's an actual like a skill, like maybe you're really great in a laboratory. Maybe you're really good with numbers. Maybe you're really good with cooking, right? Even though it might not be some huge glamorous thing, it is still a skill that the world needs. And finding the good in that. Maybe you're a great storyteller. Maybe you're a great poet or a musician. Maybe you're a romantic, right? These are all things that do bring value into the world. And understanding that those things have value, but again, not from an arrogant perspective, but saying, okay, well, if these things that I have truly have value, then how can I use them and leverage them? And I think right now, maybe that's what you're doing. This is a very Taurian thing. It's a very second house thing, where we sit and think about, how do we leverage a skill? How do we leverage a talent? How do we earn more money to do this? How can I take one thing and convert it into another, right? It's very alchemical as well. And maybe you're in the process of trying to figure that out, because maybe you are wanting more with the Wheel of Fortune. You're wanting more because your spirit is demanding more, because I think that's what Aries season was all about. That eclipse on April 8th, and I know we're past it, and I know it was last month or whatever, but I think it was so powerful because of the Chiron energy, because it pushed you through that pain and it forced you to say, enough, I'm done, I'm tired of this, I don't like being in this state anymore, I don't like feeling like I don't have control like this, I don't like feeling like I'm not worthy of it, or, you just got pushed. That's all. We just all got pushed. And some people get pushed and then they cling to the side of the cliff because they're afraid to fall. And then other people say, you know what, universe, push me because I need it. Push me because I'm ready to jump off this cliff. Push me because I know I'm ready for more. And I think my Pisces who are on my channel, who are watching my videos, are the ones who are going to let themselves get pushed off that cliff, and they are going to embrace the unknown and embrace the abyss and embrace the part of life that is exhilarating and exciting, but also a little scary, but you're also going to be willing to take it step by step, day by day, and say, you know what, I'm going to choose to have faith that this is going to work out in my absolute best interest. Like, you've survived up to this point, what's going to change now? Like, you've made it work up to this point, so what's going to change now? You can always land on your 2 feet because it's you. And you can have faith, right? Claim your energy, like have faith in yourself. You don't have to have faith in other people. You don't have to have faith in the world, but you really need to have faith in yourself that you can figure it out and you can do it. And that this is going to be something really great for you. And your humility is going to continue on. I don't think that you going on and getting what you want is going to make you some big arrogant person, So if it's something along those lines, like you don't want to lose that part of yourself that's pure, like you won't. Not that, I don't know that's going to apply to many of you, but just for those of you who maybe it does. Like it's not going to make you a worse person for you to go out and be this bomb ass person in the world, We want to see Pisces shining their light because you're ruled by Jupiter. We want to see you in the spotlight. We want to see you attracting good things. We want to see you having good experiences and new adventures. We want to see you having money and having love and having all the family in the world, We want to see you have that stuff. Okay. See, there is something going on in the mind here with that Five of Swords. Like something has its hooks in you. And maybe that's really what the eclipse in Aries was really accentuated, was like there's something that mentally, especially in the mind, has been I'm kind of like, for some reason, I often see like an eagle or a falcon's talons kind of like clenching onto someone's head. I don't know why I always see that image with this card, but it's like someone is kind of like a fantasy novel with like the dark villain and his shadows coming in and sort of taking over mind power. It's just like something has this ironclad grip on your mind. And it's going to be a real challenge for you to kind of overcome that, because this is a losing battle. I'll tell you that right now. Whatever this fear is, because what did the back of this card say? It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. And maybe the fear and the gratitude are kind of slowly trading, right? More gratitude for less fear. Maybe that's slow. Those scales are slowly turning over more toward gratitude. But I do feel like the fear is pretty extensive. It's pretty strong. And it does have this ironclad grip on you. And this probably is something very deeply rooted in childhood or past lives. And it might be a pattern that continually recurs over and over and over. And you've never won this battle, ever. You've never won. It's never helped you. It's never been to your benefit. You've never made money from it. You've never fallen in love because you did it this way. You've never had something healthy. You've never had this. You've never had that. Because it's just like it continually resurfaces and it continually seeks out resolution, but you continue to do it the same way over and over again. And I think that, again, that's a big part of what that eclipse was like that recognition that this has to end. And maybe with the Wheel of Fortune too, there's like both an ending and a beginning with the reversal. It's like the end of one cycle of fortune and the beginning of a new cycle of fortune. And what's ending is this Five of Swords, because this is so far the only upright card that's come out, which tells me that this is quite strong. And this is definitely, the antithesis of claiming your energy. This is something stealing it, or you allowing something to take it. And what I see here is perhaps a little bit of a lack of, well, I want to say clarity, and I do think that's kind of expected at this point. Like what happened in April and what's going to happen in June, we're just kind of in the transition. May is between April and June, right? So May is carrying us over into June, and June is a really important month because we've got Jupiter moving into Gemini. The very end of May, beginning of June, we've got all this Gemini energy. And I think Jupiter in Gemini is going to be starkly different than Jupiter in Taurus has been this past year. So we're going to feel that transition big time more next month. But between now and then, we're just kind of feeling like it's coming, but it's not quite here yet, if you will. And so there's a lot of preparatory energy. And so right now, I feel like Pisces is trying to figure out, like, do I go left? Do I go right? I'm not really quite sure. What's really important right now, I'm going to keep coming back to this Oracle card. What's really important is for you to have clarity on what you value. That's the most important thing. What do you value most in life? Do you value peace? Do you value financial stability? Do you value emotional stability? Do you value your freedom, your lifestyle, like all these types of things, and getting truly attuned to what is genuinely in your heart of hearts important for you to live your absolute best life in your best moment. Because right now I feel like the Queen of Swords is sort of oscillating, okay? And she's going back and forth. And I think there's justifications and there's rationalizations going on. And rationalization, why is my tongue getting all twisted? Rationalization, oh, it's because Mercury's stationing direct. That's why. I'm doing this on Mercury station direct. So yeah, my tongue's getting a little twisted today. But yeah, rationalizations and justifications are fear-based. Because you're trying to level things down instead of trying to level things up. Now, sometimes I say like there's times for delusion and there's times for not being delusional. I would say for Pisces, the delusion is always going to be a little important. It's always going to be important for a Pisces to be up in the clouds and to keep that idealism, to keep those rose-colored glasses on. Because when you take those off, and I know Saturn is in your sign, so maybe he's making you take them off a little bit more than you would like. But when you take those rose-colored glasses off, I think that's actually you lose sight of things. Because your sight is more naturally rose-colored. And we want to keep that because that's so beautiful and it's so inspirational to so many other people. That's like a trait that I wish most people had. Not in a too crazy kind of way, not in like a completely out of your mind way, but to be optimistic enough, to be positive enough, to be uplifting enough to the point where you're not like sequestering your light away from the world because of all this doubt and confusion and whatnot. And so I feel like the Queen of Swords is trying to like rectify and figure things out and trying to kind of see, which path to take and all of this. And I know you're being a little cautious because you don't want to make mistakes and you don't want to have to redo things later. But I also don't want to see you completely lose faith in yourself either, to the point where you don't do anything, or you don't make any changes, or you don't take any steps towards something. Because I think stagnation is still going to feel, what does this even say? For some reason I thought it said something about standing still, maybe not. But if you are feeling like you're just sort of standing still, I do think Taurus season is a good time to just sort of say, get out of your head a little bit and into your body. Mars and Aries, this is a great time to be in your body, whether it's through a meditation or going to the gym, going for a walk, dancing, yoga, rock climbing, any other canoeing, like whatever physical activity you like to do, right? We're Northern Hemisphere, we're in springtime now, so it should be warming up. It should be a little bit more possible for you to go outside and go for walks and do stuff like that. I think that's going to be healthy for you. Because I don't like this mental activity that's going on here. It does not feel productive to me at all. And it's the opposite of claiming your energy. It's actually like giving too much energy to thoughts that have absolutely no real power, but they do because you're giving it to them. You don't have to give your thoughts power if they're not helpful. I want to see you in the more productive, creative mode. I want to see, and maybe again, Saturn being in your sign is a bit of a melancholy transit. So maybe there is that kind of tendency to isolate, pull back, to be more logical, practical, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind logic and practicality as long as it's not going across the line to justifying and rationalizing why you're not doing something, right? We don't want to cross that line. So being hyper aware of what your mind is doing, not to, again, it's all a balance. Queen of Swords, it's all a balance. To be aware, but not to like worry about it. Like, okay, I'm aware that I'm having this thought, but oh my gosh, I'm having this thought and now I got to fix the thought. We don't want to go so far as to that. Just be aware, be the witness, be in that observer place, and then consciously choose the context in which you choose to see something. in a more elevated light, because the more elevated light is going to be more attuned toward your wishes coming true and having that wheel of fortune starting to spin in your favor. Because when the wheel of fortune is in the reversal, sometimes it makes me feel like you're in kind of the not great spot. And the not great spot, you're getting closer to the better spot, like this wheel of fortune is turning toward you. I mean, it's always turning toward you, but it usually is taking you out of a bad place and putting you into a better one. That's usually how I see the reversal. So right now, your circumstances, the evidence of your circumstances, like if you look at your bank account, or you look at the state of your romantic relationship, or you look at the state of your career or whatever, you may look at it and be like, this kind of sucks. But also realize that just as fast as you got yourself into that situation, you can get yourself out. And that it's not permanent and it's not here to stay, and you absolutely can make the change. Okay. So the devil right underneath the Five of Swords. So yeah, this definitely feels like an anchor to me. The Five of Swords feels very intense, and it feels like you right now in this exact moment are confronting a lot within yourself. And I think you're having a lot of personal, but like that's a good thing. It's a good thing to confront this stuff, because then you can overcome the hurdles. To me, this looks like the process of finding your freedom. This is the process of claiming your energy, because things have been stealing your energy, external things. External people, external circumstances, they've been stealing and claiming your energy on your behalf. And maybe you've let them, maybe you've let it emotionally manipulate you, or you've let it emotionally drain you, or whatever. So this is the process of Pisces learning how to no, I'm taking it back, I'm taking it back, I'm taking it back. Give it back to me so that I can do something better with it, because this is not helping. Me giving this to you is not helping. Me draining it in this scenario, me draining it with these thoughts, not helping. So there's a lot of internal dialogue going on. Now, one thing to really keep in mind, okay, I did not mention this before, Pluto is also stationing retrograde on May 2nd. So on May 2nd, Pluto retrogrades. Now it's going to stay in Aquarius for several months before it dips back into Capricorn for the last time, September, October, November. That last dip into Capricorn is it's like really the final Pluto and Capricorn era moment. And it may feel like we're getting sucked back between now and then, like things are trying to pull us back. It's trying to stop, it may feel like that a little bit. There's that undercurrent of okay, we don't want to go back. We don't want to go back. We don't want to go back. So we have to consciously anchor ourselves in this future trajectory. We have to do that now and swim kind of against the current a little bit. So we have to put in some effort. We have to do that because we have to gain momentum. Because if we just allow ourselves to shrink back with the tide of Pluto, then later this year, it's possible that some old stuff is going to come up again, and we're going to have to deal with it all over again. And it's going to be a problem all over again. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be a problem. It doesn't have to be an issue. It could be okay, this is the end, and we know that it's the end. And then we can really move on in 2025 and have this great, amazing new year with Pluto in Aquarius for good, never ever to look back. So we need to understand that we are in a long period of closure. It's not fast at all. It is a very long period of closure. And it is, but it does require awareness of what's going on. And this is rooted so deeply in the past. It is rooted so deeply in pain. And it is something that I think is really dulling your light. It is sequestering your gifts. It is preventing you from really living that fullness that I know you genuinely want to live. And I look at the Four of Wands and I see you pulling something up from the roots. The Five of Swords, most likely. Pulling this up from the root. And it's like weeding your garden, like going through and weeding everything out. Because I don't know if I used this analogy before, right? We don't want to take our watering can and water the weeds first and then water the vegetables. We just want to go straight to the vegetables. Just pull out the weeds, get rid of them, because there's no point in nourishing those at all. So we need to pull those out, and you need to figure out what those are. Is it a financial habit? Please be thinking about your finances right now, because financial security, financial stability, all of that is so critical to emotional security. It's not an accident that Venus rules both Taurus and Libra, money and relationships, money and marriage. They're intrinsically linked, and it's not an accident that Scorpio, which comes after Libra, the sign right after, has a lot to do with both marriage and resources, that those are together in one zodiac sign. There's like shared resources, right, with Scorpio, usually resources of spouse. So we can't ignore the place of money in our relationships and our relationship with money and how it's connected with our relationships. So please be thinking about that if you're struggling with stability. And if you're struggling with other areas of your life, really look at the root cause. Is it because you're choosing places to work that mirror your Five of Swords environment? Are you choosing coworkers? Are you choosing to hang out with people that are gossipy and negative because that's something that you're comfortable with? Or are you choosing to hang out with super positive, amazing, inspirational types of people that lift you up? Are you hanging out with people that are fear-mongering, or are you hanging out with people that are inspiring new growth and creativity? Are you hanging out with people that are inspiring skepticism and fear? Skepticism and hatred? Skepticism, even like people who are like, look, I'm a big time conspiracy person. I know my Pisces are too. Like, I'll go down the government rabbit holes all day long and not like the government, whatever, but like at a certain point, does that really help you in your real life? Okay, so I don't want to see people like anti-system, anti-economy, anti-country, anti-this, because it's like you're kind of going against your whole environment, and then you feel victimized, and we don't want to put ourselves in a victimized state. We want to put ourselves in an empowered state. So surrounding with people that regardless of what the government is doing, regardless of what the world, whatever, regardless of what money and the economy and all this, regardless of all of it, you need to align with people who are focused on finding the opportunity within all of that, because that is where the true freedom exists. Okay? Because I'm feeling just like a real, obviously with the Devil card, it's like there's something that's got its talons in your mind, and we need to find a way to get those talons out so you can breathe and you can think and you really can claim this energy and you really can shine and succeed and become the person that you know in your heart of hearts you always were meant to become, and to have the things and to have the experiences that you were always meant to have. But you have to take this power back. You have to. That's like priority number one in order for you to be able to do that. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at the clarifier. So we're going to go really in depth with all of this, another 25 to 30 minutes with all of these cards. So if you want to join me for that, the link is in the description box in the comment thread down below for the comprehensive reading. The comment will be pinned at the top, so you should be able to see. Oh, beautiful. I see a Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune again. And a Nine of Wands. Beautiful. See, there is so much abundance available to you. And abundance can be defined however you need it to be defined, whether it's money or love or whatever. And I don't think it has to take that long. This isn't, it's I don't know. Sometimes we think it's got to be this whole big, long process. And I don't know that it does. I really don't. Another Four of Wands reversed. This has been a very common card, by the way. Four of Wands reversed specifically. Everyone is getting uprooted. It's not just Pisces. That was what Jupiter-Uranus was all about. Yeah. Another Five of Swords. Yeah. 6. Okay. There's your source of the Five of Swords. There's you. And there's the past connection. Yeah. Not liking that King of Swords, I'll tell you that. Another Seven of Cups. Loving the Eight of Cups. I'm sorry, Eight of Coins, I mean. The Empress. King of Wands. Seven of Wands. Okay. This is where we're going to pick up. So if you want to join, you are welcome. Thank you so much, Pisces. You know I love you. Have an amazing May, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.